The morning bell rang, and the classroom slowly filled with chatter. Students laughed, shared stories, and rushed to their seats. Among them sat Aryan, a bright and hardworking student, known for always scoring top marks. A few benches behind him sat Rohan, quiet, hesitant, often ignored. Rohan wasn't a bad student, just someone who struggled to keep up. That day, their teacher walked in with an announcement. Class, you all will be working on a project in pairs. Excitement filled the room. Students quickly started choosing their partners. Friends teamed up instantly, but Rohan sat still. No one looked at him. No one called his name. He lowered his eyes, already expecting what would happen. Then the teacher spoke again. I will assign the pairs. Names were called one by one until Aryan and Rohan. For a moment, the class went silent. Aryan's smile faded. Disappointment spread across his face. He glanced back at Rohan, then quickly looked away. Rohan noticed and quietly looked down again. That evening, Aryan walked into his house, unusually silent. His father noticed immediately. You seem upset. What happened? Aryan sighed and said, Dad, I got paired with Rohan for the project. He's not good in studies. He'll have to do everything alone. His father listened calmly. He didn't argue. Instead, he smiled gently and said, Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a group of frogs. They were close friends. They did everything together, playing, exploring, searching for food. One day, a new frog joined them. But this frog was different. It couldn't hear. It was deaf. Still, the group accepted it, and life went on. One day, while they were searching for food, two frogs accidentally fell into a deep pit. One of them was the deaf frog. The other frogs gathered around the pit. Jump! Try to come out, they shouted. Both frogs tried. They jumped again and again, but they kept falling back. After some time, the frogs above started shouting something else. It's too deep. You can't make it. Just give up. The frog who could hear listened to every word. Slowly, it lost hope. It stopped trying. And within minutes, it gave up. But the deaf frog, it kept jumping again and again and again. Finally, with one last effort, it jumped out of the pit, alive, safe, happy. It looked at its friends and said, Thank you so much for encouraging me. I couldn't have done it without you. The other frogs were shocked. They were not encouraging, they were discouraging. But the deaf frog couldn't hear them. It thought they were cheering for it. And that belief gave it the strength to keep trying. Aryan sat quietly thinking. His father then looked at him and said, Words are powerful, Aryan. If you keep telling someone they are not good enough, they start believing it. But if you encourage them even a little, you might help them achieve something they never thought possible. The next day at school, Aryan walked into class with a different mindset. This time, he didn't avoid Rohan. He sat beside him. Hey, let's do this project together, he said with a smile. Rohan looked surprised. Aryan didn't call him weak. He didn't ignore him. Instead, he guided him, supported him, encouraged him. Whenever Rohan made a mistake, Aryan didn't criticize. He said, It's okay, try again. Slowly, Rohan started changing. He began to try harder. He asked questions. He stayed focused. And for the first time, he believed in himself. Days passed. Finally, submission day arrived. One by one, students presented their projects. Then came Aryan and Rohan. Their project was clear, creative, and confident. The class was impressed. Even the teacher smiled. This is the best project in the class, she said. Aryan and Rohan looked at each other and smiled. That evening, Aryan rushed home, excited. Dad, we got full marks. Our project was the best. His father smiled proudly. Then he said softly, that is the power of words. Earlier, Rohan was surrounded by discouragement, so he never gave his best. But when you encouraged him, you changed his belief, and that changed his result.